What's going on, Phillies fans? Welcome into the Fighting's Final. I'm Big Al here with Mike Lauro, and we are excited to bring you the first Fighting's Final post-game show of the NLDS series, Phillies versus Braves. And that's right, we started off with a bang, a shutout of the Braves, 3-0. Phillies take game one in Atlanta at Truist Park, and we are excited to bring it to you. Big Mike, what is going on, brother?
The more things change, the more things stay the same, ain't it, Al?
That's what it's like.
This is what I've been telling my knucklehead partner that I got to deal with again tomorrow morning. Okay, you're worried about this Braves team? They just sent the best pitcher to them out, and the Phillies beat them 3-0. They just beat them 3-0. This is what I told you. The Atlanta Braves are great from April to September. When October hits, midnight strikes, and they become pumpkins all over again.
Yeah, I mean, in history, like not getting ahead of ourselves, but game one, actually, let's give Chris here the love. Chris Moore saying 7th straight game one win. They come out with a bang, and game one is a huge game in any series of any type. 3 games, 5 games, 7 games. It does not matter against your division rivals. We're seeing just the energy stays the same. And let's talk about that. Like I said, we'll start it off with this 3-0. Phillies win. Great pitching today. We're talking a little bit about that. Ranger got a little bit of an early hook.
Yeah,
we're going to get into that a little bit. Let everybody else get chiming in here with us. But let's talk about the 10th man on the field, or whatever you want to call him.
they're
For the
sad.
Braves, it is sad.
It is sad.
You mentioned, somebody tweeted out earlier that somebody walked up to the park today.
Yeah, Joe Giglio tweeted out that somebody a Phillies fan walked up 15 minutes before the game and purchased a ticket in the lower level. The guy got a lower level seat. Are you kidding me? Like this, and I see a lot of there was a lot of TikToks out there from Braves fans talking about how we're jokers and how we don't do this. That we don't support our teams. Like, are you kidding me? Like, there are no open tickets for. At Citizens Bank Park. You cannot walk up there and buy a ticket the day of the game.
You got to mortgage your house. If you want a ticket, to start mortgaging your house.
And that's only for the divisional series.
Yeah.
I mean, so can you imagine the deeper this team goes, the more expensive the tickets are going to be?
Fraud fan base. I'm just going to call it right now, and I'm not here to just blast them and get all puffed in my chest, out and pound in my chest.
No, they are frauds. Like, did you see how much red and white was in that stands tonight?
Did you see how quiet it was? That was my thing. Like,
church.
It would have been deafening. and they even said it last year. It was 3 hours of hell, or whatever they referred to it as. Like, come on, man. Like seriously. They just said it. The Braves have not been shut out at home all season long. You had this time off. Even before then, you really weren't playing any real heavy competition. You had no real meaningful baseball, if you want to call it that, for a few weeks now. And you can do all the simulated games you want, but there's nothing like this.
Yeah.
And the Phillies remain cool, calm, and collected, and that's what we want to see, and that's what you need to see.
So it's 10 more to go, right?
Yeah,
10 more to go.
10 more to go, and for those 10, many of those tickets are going to be hard to get, but I will tell you right now, where we go, where Mike goes, where I go, and the rest of Edge of Philly Sports go, and everybody who listens here goes to cherrystickets.com, family owned and operated since 1946, sports conscious leaders, but I'm talking Phillies playoff games. You are going to get walloped no matter where you go, but not with Sherry's Tickets. You're going to get a great price, no hidden fees, and save 10% off using that great promo code
EOP10.
EOP10. That's right. Go to cherrystickets.com right now. Or sometime after the show. Whatever you want to get those tickets.
Just make sure you if you use the code, you're going to save 10%. And trust me, these tickets are going to go for Wednesday and Thursday up here. You're going to need that every little bit that you want to get. So, but I want to something that I noticed from here in this game tonight. And I want to get your thoughts on it. Is it time maybe to move Bomer back down in the lineup?
One game. I don't know if one game made that decision for me, but I mean, if this continues, I mean, he was 0 for 4 with a double, hit into a double play and three Ks. So it definitely.
He looked overmatched against Strider. And you know what? As much as I want to kind of like throw it in the Braves fans' face about us beating their best pitcher. Strider was on tonight.
Oh, Strider was on. I mean,
yeah, 8 strikeouts.
8 strikeouts for Strider. And not like if you were to look at his numbers going into it, not a bad pitching job.
No,
it wasn't. It was unfortunate. Whoever most mistakes, and the Braves made the most mistakes.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Let's tip the cap to the Ranger. Even though he didn't stay years old, he was going pitch for pitch with
Yeah.
Strider. I mean, he only gave up one hit.
We're gonna get to that in a second. I want to hit some of these comments, and then we're gonna jump into the scoring place, and then I want to talk a little Rangers Suarez because. All right, so let's look at this. Mr. Philadelphia, we fight 1-0. Edge of Philly Sports, let's go! Absolutely, whoever's controlling the YouTube at this point. Beat LA tomorrow for a perfect weekend. So the Eagles are playing the Rams. Absolutely, that would just top off the weekend. Uh, Great defense today for the Titans. Yeah, I mean, play the game.
Trey Turner.
Trey Turner. I mean, I play of the game was that double. I did not think they were going to double play.
Me and you were sitting here watching the game together. Actually, we weren't. We were standing in front of the TV watching, and we both literally turned and looked at each other and was like, "Oh my God, he made that play!"
Like the way he just flipped the ball, I thought he was going to barely get the second baseman out. And I'm like, all right, we'll get 2 outs. A run will score. You know,
dude, Stott fired that ball into Harper.
Yeah, that was a beautiful double play. Daniel Perry saying, "Yo, what's going on, Daniel? Go Phillies, undefeated postseason. That would be amazing." Desiree Kano is saying, "Hi, what's going on, Des?" I'm in complete and total shock. Hopper needs to play the Powerball. You know, and we're going to talk about that because, you know, Hopper, that might be a question. I mean, it's not a questionable call because, you know, pulling Ranger when he did, but I know I was one of the people who was a little shocked by it. Atlanta fans have never been the same since they moved from Fulton County
to Marietta.
They put the team in the suburbs. Sure. Well, I'll take whatever. That's Atlanta's 1-0, except it was 3-0. And I had us losing tonight, but winning in 4. Winning tonight's big. It's just huge. And winning anytime's huge. Braves fans can't cry in their beers since they throw their beers.
Yeah, that's another thing. Let's talk about that for a second, Al. You know, if that's done here, it gets put on national news. It would be on the national news tomorrow if Philly fans threw beer cans out on the field.
How garbage we are.
But
I was even waiting for the announcer.
Yeah, I know. It's a bad job by them, too. Like, they didn't, like, you know, we were waiting.
Wait a minute. They did sit there and go, that's unnecessary, blah, 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 all that stuff. I'll give them that. They did.
Yeah, I mean, if it was us,
we'd be roasted.
If it was us, we'd be getting lambasted. Like I said, we are the redheaded stepchild of America. Dude. We get no love, and I love it. But, I mean, that was just classless, man. Classless.
2 factors drove tonight's decision-making. Spencer Strider starting off day tomorrow. That we're going to get into because I believe that has a lot to do with the pulling of Rangers Suarez. Gary Sheldon, huge win. Absolutely, Gary. Dodgers D-backs got Bob Costas on the call. Top made right moves. Yeah, I mean, it's right what happened, right? I mean,
if it works.
It works. It's right.
If it works, it's right. I mean, we kind of looked at each other and was like, a little too soon. He says, Nick Candelo says Phillies in 4. Good.
I mean, right now they're on the right path. Bob Costas hasn't been the same since Booty Tang signing your pitties in the runny kind. What Jesus? Booty Tang.
Oh man.
Wiley Rob Thompson, AK Genius, pulling the Ranger. Yes. 1-0 D-backs already. Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Good. I hate the Dodgers. This is going to be a great night for me. The Phils win, and I get to watch the Dodgers lose.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. So let's jump into it. Let's talk about the scoring because I do want to get into pitching because the pitching definitely was a big story of the game. But let's talk about your Phillies tonight, and I'm going to jump over to the scoring. Here we go. All right, so it started off top of the 4th. Bryson Stott singles on a line drive to left field. Bryce Harper scores. That's it. There's your 1-0 get the Phillies in, and we all kind of felt it could have gone that way. You know, 1-0. And just hang out the way Strider and Ranger were going, right? Like that's
like one run would have been whoever scored first was going to win the game. The way those 2 guys were pitching early on, you know.
And I'm talking to Mike between that and the 6th inning. I said Harper needs that 1 home
run. Yes, Al called the shot tonight, guys. Just to let you know, Al called it. He said, "Yeah, he's like Harper needs to go deep here." And sure enough, like not even an inning later, he goes deep.
Yeah. So 6th inning, Bryce Harper homers to right field, 2-0 Phillies. A little weird turn of events to get that 3rd one. So bases are juiced. And Dick Castellanos, our catcher, up to the plate.
JT Realmuto.
Okay, yeah, JT Realmuto. No. Dick,
no, it was Realmuto that was up. It was Realmuto.
No, Realmuto was up. Our catcher was up. Got catcher's interference. Now, if anybody watched the replay, it was really hard to see. They said it stands. They didn't have enough to turn it over, so it played in our favor.
Yeah, me and Ed were sitting here like, I was like, "They're gonna overturn this," because you watch the replay, it doesn't look like he did anything.
Felt like it.
But Murphy's reaction to it, I
I think that was the
I
dumb
think
point.
I think that was the dumb point too, because when you get up, you watch, he gets up, and as JT starts going down the first, you see his reaction. So if they played that all the way through, they probably saw his reaction was like, "All right, why is he reacting that way?" So he must have did something.
Yeah,
So that's why they didn't overturn it.
yeah, and like I said, like I would always in any major sport, I would always act like I was wrong. But he took his mask off, walked behind the ump, and slammed his knee pad with his helmet, with his mask, which pretty much I think is looking like you know what he felt like he did it. So
Yeah.
we're gonna stick with it. Steven saying even in 1978, my 6-year-old eyes knew Baby Lopes was out. Bring them on. Either team doesn't matter. Um, so yeah, back to that. And that would be pretty much the scoring with all Phillies. Listen, Braves fans can complain about how that was a hose job, but you didn't score every
You
run.
score runs.
You
This
only
is the
made
team.
one. The Harper one and that catcher's interference one was all just icing on the cake at that point. Um, so really, to me, there's really no complaining.
I just wanna know what you're like, this is shaping up to be really, really good for the Phillies, especially if Monday night, if Zach Wheeler goes out there and they now you've beaten Strider in this postseason. Now you're gonna beat Freed. They beat Freed. They Phillies come back here 2-0. It is a wrap.
Yeah.
Like Aaron Nola will shut the doors on the Braves. I don't care who they put in there.
This team is definitely showing that they're just stepping up. Nothing's too big for anybody, and they're all amped up. You're seeing the velocity on everybody. It's like not letting back, and stepping up and just doing being awesome. I'll tell you right now, and I don't know why that's not working right, but I'll go with this one then. PhillySportsTrips.com really cut my segue there. Thanks a lot, computer. PhillySportsTrips.com. Here's a big one for the Phillies. The London trip, Phillies Nets, June 6th to the 12th. What an amazing opportunity in your life. This is the best way to afford it. This is the best way to have it. This is the best way to go.
Honey, if you're watching, I wanna go.
Yeah,
Early birthday
yeah,
present.
early birthday, Christmas, you can slap it all together. Go to Philly Sports Trips. They got all the away
I'm gonna
games.
take a look and actually see how much it costs.
Yeah, and all the away games for the Eagles as well. They have all the
The Jets game is sold out. That I do
yeah,
know.
I don't know if the tailgate is, but the whole thing, the rest of it is. But they also have all the home games too, so you can tailgate there, save yourself some time and money, and just go there and have a great time. Go to PhillySportsTrips.com right now.
And the
Tell
tailgates are worth
yeah,
tailgates are definitely worth it. Me and Al did the Washington trip a year ago, and
yeah.
ooh,
Tell me OP sent you guys. Just get out there. Let's see. Getting rid of the shifts has really changed the game. True. Good point. Brad saying huge win. Let's see if we beat Atlanta Braves on Monday night. That's the next step. Doc coming in. The Trey Turner double play was the loudest I've screamed since Harper's home run in the NLCS. Yeah, man. I mean, just I know it wasn't the end of the world. Like even if they scored on it and only got one out, it was just
it was
it was
unbelievable play.
unbelievable play. Like the way he just kind of flipped the ball to him, I thought, I'm like, oh, he barely gonna get this guy out of second. And they were able to turn two. It was
Dude,
amazing.
right, like I said, on
Yeah,
that play.
that was the play of the game.
Yeah,
Play of the game
Bryson
right
Stott fired that ball. Like, you gotta remember, Albies is a pretty good, uh, he's a fast runner, Albies, you know what I mean? He's a base stealer, and he got Albies out by uh, a good stretch there. Says, "My goodness, I'm dead."
You're all breaking up. I don't know what that means. If we're having,
Oh, I guess we were having technical
if
difficulties.
anybody's having, nobody else is saying this. If anybody else is hearing it, let me know. Wheeler has to go 6+ to give us a chance to win game two. Thoughts?
I think he can go 6.
I think he can go 6.
Well, you know, they're letting him sleep at his house, right? Like, he's sleeping at home in his own bed.
Yeah,
He's from down there, so
yeah.
he's got home cooking, dude.
Why wouldn't you? Hey, Anthony, what's going on, guys?
Hey, what's up, Anthony?
Anthony, I like our odds. Christopher, let's see. If necessary, Suarez will be absolutely pitching highly motivating game four. Would I want to see Sanchez? Maybe he has been equally as impressive this year. Yeah, I would just hope, that moment.
You know what, though? Like, here's what I'm thinking. Since he got pulled early, and maybe we can think about this for a second. I don't think we have to worry about Wheeler so much. Nola. Do you think maybe he pulled him in case of if Nola's gonna just have a backup for Noah if it's an elimination game?
I mean, you got
You have other guys who
you
can
got 2
start.
or 3 guys in your bullpen who can start.
Mhm.
So, I don't know about that. I don't know. Maybe. I
Like,
mean,
if he's
they did use Ranger last year in the bullpen at one
right,
point.
that's what I'm saying. Like, they
So
used him to close out the NLCS. So, I mean, don't something think about it for a second. If it kind of pretty much puts kind of puts Nola, I believe, even though he's been good the last few starts, kinda have a backup plan for him. You know what I mean? And I'm loving this 2-0 Diamondbacks.
yeah, top of
Keep
the
it
third.
going, boys.
Yep.
Let's go. Um,
Runners on second and third. Yes. If
and
it
they're rocking Kershaw too.
if
He's
it was a watch
overrated.
party, Dimes dog would have absolutely been howling on the double play. Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah.
Anthony saying, "Too bad the crowd didn't cheer that loud when James Harden gets traded." I don't
Oh,
know.
man.
We're not going to talk James Harden. We're not going to ruin this train. Steven, my dog was going crazy all game. That's times. Nice to have a day off to rest the pen. Absolutely, Walt. Walt, question for Walt. I would like to see what he says because he has been always big on Rob Thompson. You know, he pulled. We're going to talk about that. We're going to get into that right now. Ranger, you know, Ranger went 4 and 2/3 inning with 1 hit, 1 walk, 4 Ks. Pulled. He had a guy on second and third. 3 run, home run. Did I just read that right? Yep.
5-0
5
Diamondbacks.
nothing Diamondbacks top of the first.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful thing.
Um, let's talk about that. Guys on first and second. That play, the guy that the last play that they took him out on, Trey Turner had a little bit of a struggle getting the ball out of his glove and flipping it to second. So that guy's on first and second. So it really wasn't on Ranger in my eyes. It was kind of a dribbler.
Yeah, I agree
If
with
he
you there.
played it a little harder, he might have gotten him or something, or just didn't struggle at all. So, comments on that, everybody. Comment, Mike. I'll let you, of course, let you talk. But what are your feelings on Ranger getting pulled in 4 2/3 inning when he had maybe what 52 pitches? I think. Let me tell you. I'll tell you right now. He had only
40 something, wasn't it? It was like 40 something. He was averaging like 11 pitches an inning.
53 at
53 he
53
had?
pitches.
Alright.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. It's postseason. I'm not gonna argue what Topper did because obviously whatever he did, it worked. But you could clearly see on Ranger's face he was not happy that he was pulled. Um, so
Brady
praise
for
our
two.
two-time regular season
Yeah,
champ.
you can hang that on your wall, James.
I don't think James is a,
No, no, I'm just saying, like, they can
uh
have that, they're two-time, super kissers, I guess. I don't know. What do you call that? Like, yeah, it's great.
dude, I said that, um, I don't think anyone on this thread thought Sir Anthony was getting out of that jam. Actually, no, maybe not on the thread, but me and Al,
Yeah.
I look, I think he's kinda reminds me of Bryce a little bit. You know how the lights get turned up a little bit? When the lights get turned up, they play their best. Like
I
Sir
think Strom
Anthony,
gave me the biggest wiggles.
yeah, like I don't want to see him again.
He just pitches across the mound, like, he starts on one end and ends up on the other. He's very herky-jerky, which makes it a little bit harder to watch, especially when he
I
watches
want
it.
no. Listen, Orion Kirkman is your new setup guy.
I like him, man. I know he's so early. I know, like, nobody really has any tape on him, which makes it good for us. But, like, I love every last second of him. I think that's awesome. This is that first out of the game, by the way. For
Dude, they are just smacking Clayton Kershaw around. This is
520
great.
singles for Atlanta. They're going to start squeezing the bats if they haven't already. Yeah,
We're
I mean,
gonna be squeezing the
I
bats a
wanna know when
lot.
Steven became English with all the buddies tonight. But let's see. I'd have kept him in. All right, Chamberlain said we would have kept him in. But, listen, as far as we know, it was the right move. It was the right move. I think a lot of it had to play in on that they're off, that there's not back-to-back games.
Yeah.
They get the day off, and so everybody gets a chance to rest. Nobody threw a lot of pitches.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't
And then
like anybody
listen,
had to go deep or anything like that.
listen. If Zach goes 6, he goes 6 Monday night. Look at it this way: you got Alvarado, who Didn't pitch that much. He can come in. Sir Anthony can come in. All right. So you figure 7th or Alvarado, 8th could be either Sir Anthony or Orion Kirkman, and then you have Kimbrel to close it out. I mean, for me, I think it lines up very well for the Phillies to come out back up here 2-0. Like, this Atlanta Braves team, man, I told you, I've been pounding it, and I'm gonna keep saying it. Like, they are like this gentleman said, they are the two-time regular season champs. I'm not saying the Braves don't have a good organization, because they do. Them, the Dodgers, as much as crap as I talk about them in the postseason, those guys run a great organization, and what I mean from the ground up, like they can. If a guy leaves their organization, there's already 2 guys in line waiting to take that guy's place. So they're very good that way. I'm talking about October baseball. October baseball,
Where it
they're
matters.
not good, man, and they're not good. And then, like, again, Al, you were sitting here when I played that jerk's name, down in Atlanta, where he was naming all this stuff about Philly sports fans about us being, oh well, you came in second, nobody remembers you. And I'm going, dude, your team is no, your Atlanta Falcons are known for the biggest choke in Super Bowl history.
I'm just saying Doc Rivers would love these Braves teams the last 2 years. Yeah, great regular season, choke in the postseason, absolutely. Um, but let's walk through a little bit here. Let's walk through the pitching matchups or the pitching for the Phillies. But real quick, I want to remind you guys that this show is brought to you by David R. Cherry and Terry Fern. Go to terryinjurylaw.com. If you get hurt at work, motor vehicle accident, personal injury, running into criminal law issues, these are life-altering moments, and you need to get a man with a plan to fight for your justice. David R. Cherry is that man. 610-565-0300 or cherryinjurylaw.com. Right? Once again, that phone number is 610-565-0300. So my let's look at these matchups real quick. I want to run over here. Let's see. All right, so like I said, Suarez went 3 2/3 inning, 3 2/3 inning, 1 hit, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Like I said, you got the one guy on. The other guy was really more on not great defensive play. It's the right move, obviously. It could have turned differently. I don't know the thought process behind it, except for giving everybody a short leash, and that's
I
what
don't,
it
I
is.
I don't know if it's that. I just think Ranger kind of got batted around in his last couple starts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he did have a couple. He did have extra rest too. So sometimes extra rest is not the best thing for for a pitcher. So maybe with that in mind, maybe injury, prevent an injury. Maybe you figured he have him out there. You know, as a starter. He went and started. He said that high inside strike in Acuna by Sir Anthony just above symbolizes this game. Not often you fool Cunha like that. Not often you blank the Braves. No, the Braves. They only had two. They were only shut out twice this year, and
Clayton Kershaw does not make it through the first inning. 1 out. He made it 1/3 of an inning in this Diamondbacks game. It is 6-0 Diamondbacks in the top of the first. Clayton Kershaw gets rocked in the first inning. Um,
wow.
yeah, that pull from the game. Yep, Chris. Yeah. I mean, you gotta give the Diamondbacks some credit. They are playing some good baseball right now.
They are. They're
So
they're like how the Phillies were a year ago.
yeah, so we'll find out. Let's worry about that when that time comes. Hopefully that time will come. I don't like jinxing us, but let's keep moving along. So another great pitching story, young guy coming up here, Hoffman, because he threw bullpen sessions with Harper and all that. And Harper turned him and goes, check out this Hoffman kid. He's good. And he was good. He had to finish that way. He only went to one more third, but he walked the guy, but then he struck him out. Still just a moment where you think guys like that you're gonna buckle. These guys, I mean,
Yeah, they're not buckling. Like I'm very proud of some of these young guys that they're playing well. You got Stott in his second year. This doesn't seem to phase him. You're looking at the pitching. Hoffman, the kid Kukuri, uh, yeah, nothing's phasing him. You know, the only one that's having a little bit of struggle right now out of the young guys, probably Marsh and Bone. But again, like and Rojas too. Rojas had a pretty bad night as far as at the plate, but I think he's more defensive. For the
yeah,
Phillies going forward, they got enough offensive people, to keep it going. So I mean, you look at the top of the lineup. Oh, I mean, Schwarber had the opening double, but other than that, like he had a bad game tonight. He swung at some bad pitches.
yeah, absolutely. Let's look at this here. Okay, we got they barely throwing 89 anymore. Poor guy. Why they shut them out? Wow, they shut them out. Very surprised. That's right, Dave. I mean, I would say I'm surprised with the shutout. But this team is just, and it's certain guys stepping up. We're going to go through the order here and talk about certain guys. We're going to name our player of the game. It's probably a hard player of the game to call in this situation. Kershaw postseason, regular season
Dichotomy.
economy is the strangest I've ever seen. Yeah, yeah, it is.
Yeah, he's another one. It's good. He's good between, you know, he's good between April and September.
Only first game. Yeah, I mean, it's only the first game, but
Yeah, but listen, you gotta listen. If you're a Phillies fan, you gotta be feeling really good. You just did something to that Braves lineup, and nobody's been able to do there this year.
mhm,
Think
yeah.
about that. 162 games, nobody shut them out there. First game of the division series, you go there against their best pitcher. Yeah, I'm sorry. Like,
And
no, I'm pumped.
we
Like, I don't want to hear it's only one game.
we talked about home field advantage, but when you have as many Phillies fans traveling, I mean, I'm all over my Twitter, just looking at the feed,
Yeah,
scrolling
there
through.
was probably just as many Philly fans at that game as there were Braves
Yeah,
fans.
I mean, just fraudulent fans. I'm sorry, it just is in my eyes. They pump their chest out until they're not there, and they forget how.
They're real good to run their mouths and tell you about how bad your city's teams are, and you don't do the research.
No, absolutely. But all right, so let's keep moving along here. Sir Anthony, a lot of people thought he wasn't going to get out of that situation, but he did.
He did. And he
One
struck
inning,
out the side, right?
2 hits, 3 strikeouts. Right?
I mean, come on. That's look. I mean, listen. There's he's kind of finding his way back too. I mean, he's another guy that was kind of injured, and he didn't really end the season on a good note. Me and Pat were talking about this when me and Pat were arguing about Alvarado, and I told him, I said, "Listen, he's got to work his way back." Hey, Sir Anthony's doing the same thing. So, but he's another guy, young guy. Lights are not too big for him, man. He's willing to go. He rises to the moment. So until Sir Anthony blows one in the postseason, we got to keep giving him people got to put the regular season to rest now. This is a whole different animal.
Listen, you see a lot of guys. Every time you go, oh, he's just a postseason guy. He's just the guy comes alive when lights are the brightest. So we'll find out. I
Look,
mean,
we had the most.
Sir Anthony has been much better over his last handful of
Listen, we
outings.
had one of the most generic guys during the regular season. But once the postseason came, the dude knuckled down. Remember Joe Blanton? Joe
Yeah,
Blanton, anybody?
Joe Blanton.
I mean, Joe Blanton was about as up and down in the regular season for the Phillies as any pitcher I can remember.
Who was it? Myers, right? He was out in the minors at one point during that '08 run.
Yeah, 'cause he
Uh,
couldn't throw strikes.
yeah,
So,
you
I
had
mean,
Jamie Boyer throwing 70-mile-per-hour
slop.
fastball. Yeah, like
I think did you see that first pitch the other night when he threw it out? My God, yo, them overalls look big as hell too.
yeah, it's funny. Back to the pitching because we have a lot to cover on that. Next is Alvarado, 1 inning, 1 hit, took care of the rest. Kirkering, another what a great another
That
man.
kid's stuff is just filthy.
He is. If anybody was listening or knows the story, he started in low A ball, made his way all the way up. He only did one AAA
But
out
Triple H, he
before
went
he got pulled up here,
yeah, he went to Allentown. They saw enough. They said, "All right, bring your kid up."
bring
And
him up.
his stuff is
And
filthy.
he's only what 3 innings in the regular season for us. He only threw like
3 or 4,
yeah,
3 or
something
4.
like that.
There's not enough tape on the kid yet. That's why I said, like,
That's a huge bonus.
when me and Pat were talking about this, when we were looking ahead, and I said, "Listen, when they get there," I said, Orion Kirkland, I told Pat, I was like, "This kid," I said, "when you see him pitch, man," I was like, you're gonna be like, wow, you know? And, I'll tell you what, like I said, we were talking, there's not enough tape on him. So, they ain't gonna be able to do whatever. Who has the rights to the Trey Turner movie? Because that's gonna be incredible. 5 for 11, 3 postseason games, extra base hits, 4 stolen bases, 2 defensive moments. Yep.
There will be I mean, they've done a lot of for Philadelphia in general. I mean, I don't know, Mike, if you watch the Amazon Prime, Kelsey.
No, I haven't yet.
It's
I
worth
wanna
a
watch
watch.
it.
It's worth a watch. For any Eagles fan and Kelsey fan, it's definitely worth a watch. It's only an hour long. And then they also did that one Eagles season long
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
documentary, which was really good. I really think that Phillies should find somebody to take that story and make an hour special out of it.
Yeah, and if you do, make sure you give the Philly captain, Big John, his due, 'cause the Philly captain was the guy who said, "Let's not boo Trey Turner. Let's give him a standing ovation all weekend long." And every other knucklehead that's on airwaves here in Philly are trying to take credit for it. So it was the Philly captain. Make sure you check him out on his YouTube. And that's what it's called, the Philly captain, Big John. I know we know him personally. So
He was the guy you always see like doing the sweeping when the
yes,
buses are driving by.
yeah, and he'll go, "Here we are," and he's always in section 301. So make sure if
Yeah,
you're down there,
he hangs out with the Pandemic
Pandemic
crew.
crew.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I sat with him postseason
yeah,
actually.
he's awesome. He's an awesome dude. And if there's, I'll tell you what. if they're going to do something about what turned this season around for Trey Turner, I, I'll even try to work on it. If I go, I'm going to get him to narrate it because he's the guy that turned around and said what he said. But yet, all these other people at WIP and 97.5 are like, oh, we got him to do it. So,
well, whatever. PM and the AM should be fire tomorrow. I believe so. We're just missing one goofy piece. Kirkering is cold blooded for a kid. Yeah, Mark, absolutely.
yeah.
No one hated the trade Turner sign more than me. Not going to lie to anyone. He usually small in the postseason. Well, so far, let's see. Is Wheeler definitely going tomorrow for the Phillies? It is not tomorrow, Dave.
It's Monday.
So,
And it is Wheeler.
Yep, Wheeler is in the
Wheeler and fried. Or, as Pat says, Wheeler and fried.
Yeah, hopefully he's fried and shellacked. I saw Kirk at both jerseys, Jordan Redding this year. Absolutely no surprise to me he's doing what he's doing. Funny thing, he sucked at USF. Pressing manually is the man.
Who's pressing? I don't know. I guess that's somebody down there.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey, Kenny.
Hey. Hey, he's Canadian. Hey. Braves fans panicking left out. Yeah, Ross Dog. I mean, I would be. I mean, you can't not have that thinking feeling right now.
Yeah, listen, if I'm a Braves fan right now, I'm sorry. I would be a little worried because you literally threw your best pitcher at the Phillies and lost. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if you would have told us, hey, look, Spencer Strider's going against, Spencer Strider against Ranger Suarez, you had to give the advantage to Atlanta, especially the way that Atlanta can beat the ball. But again, I feel like these days off in between, I think the Phillies are kind of showing you that you don't have to win a division and be the number one seed because being the number one seed is not guaranteeing you to get to the World Series. And I think having this time off also too, the Dodgers had this time. You know what I mean? Dodgers had time off too, and look at them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So to me, the Phillies are showing you they don't care about winning the division. You can hang that banner. You can hang the division banners. They want to hang world championship banners.
Mike saying winning is the first game in any series means a lot and puts pressure on the Braves. Absolutely.
Yep.
If I'm saying if Wheeler gets it done on Monday, could we see a sweep in Philly?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. As soon as they walk in, that series will be over on Wednesday.
Atlanta hasn't played a real game in a while. Question mark? I don't think that's a question at all. They have not.
No, they haven't. They wrapped up the division. After they wrapped up the division, they started sitting people. No, they did not play a real game.
Sitting people. I mean, what was their?
And they just sat for 6 days.
And who was their competition?
Like they weren't beating nobody. They had the division wrapped. They won the division here. After they won the division here, they played a skeleton lineup.
Yeah, they really haven't had much meaningful baseball. It's a true fact. I understand the Braves fans have nothing to cheer about tonight, but wow, what a world of difference between fan support. I mean, that's true.
That is.
I mean, like Fairweather fans. I mean, they all point out how great the regular season they've been. They have one bad clunker game, and they're ready to start. They're throwing their beer.
I guarantee you, Monday. I guarantee you can probably go down there and buy tickets because there's probably some Braves fans that are there going, "Oh my God, they had Snyder pitch tonight. He didn't win." They're not going to go.
Ross is saying if I'm Dodgers manager, I keep Kershaw off the postseason roster. I mean, I'll see why he would at this point. The Braves have won the playoff series. I guess the Braves haven't won any playoff series against.
No, they haven't. They're 0-2. This is the third time they're meeting in the postseason. Like, and the best part about it is now, if you do the research on this, when they played the Phillies in '93, Atlanta had 104 wins, same as they had this year. The Phillies won their division. They had 93 wins in '93. Last year, they had 101 wins. The Phillies had 87. This year, the Phillies finished with 90, right? 90 wins?
Yep.
90 wins. They finished with 104. So, again, looking back at it, like, I'm not saying that the Braves ain't going to win a game in this series because they are a good team.
Yeah.
And I'm not
taking it away from them.
But
we're not ridiculous.
I mean, listen, that lineup, like, I'm not saying Zach Wheeler's going to shut them out. But like I said, this layoff is going to hurt them. I am so sorry, guys. I have a tickle in my throat. But, Max Fried he's missed, he's probably missed about a good 2 weeks. Like, he threw a simulated game.
Yeah.
So, still not a fan of the early hook. Should have let Ranger pitch 5.
The only thing I worry about if it affects him, in between the years, Ross. To be honest with you, we have time off. No, none of the pitch like real quick. I'm gonna go down here. Ranger through 53, Hoffman through 11, Dominguez through 22, Alvarado through 12, Pickering through 12, Strom through 11, Kimbrel through 12. So
Yeah, that's really nothing.
really not. I mean, the person
And they get a day off tomorrow.
yeah, Dominguez is the closest they maybe wouldn't be available, but would anybody really break a sweat over that?
No, because
Soto didn't pitch tonight.
Soto didn't pitch, Lorenzo didn't pitch, and neither did Taiwan Walker.
So yeah, I mean,
So
it's to me and real quick, we talked about everybody but Strom and Kimbrel. Strom on one inning, only let up one hit, and that was it. Kimbrel, no hits, no runs,
nothing. Just shut the door.
shut the door on it. And that will bring you to your 3-0 Phillies. Guys, as you can see, if you're watching on the TV, feel free to scan that QR code to get yourself to cherrystickers.com and use that EOP promo code to get that 10% off. Also, check out EOPsports.com. We're live on that all the time, as well as all our articles, which will be up later. I know Pat's working an article tonight for the.
Oh, Pat's working all right.
Yeah, his keyboards in his brain are spoken.
Dude, it's Saturday. You know he's at the Blue Oyster.
Yeah, right. And and he'll be working tomorrow for PM and AM, and also we'll have a pre-half and post-game show. Mike, you'll be leading the post-game.
Yes, I am. I am driving that train right off the rail tomorrow.
Yeah,
so
well,
I will be in studio here. Who's with me tomorrow? Ryan,
you, Austin, and Ryan.
me, Austin, and Ryan
from Philly Sports Alliance.
So there you go, man. So
in the AM, I'll have a graphic out for you guys. So it'll be Dives. This girl, the girl Allison has worked with Dives in the past, and I think Austin's also on that. And then halftime is Shane and Dives. So
okay.
So it's gonna be a heck of a lineup, guys. We got plenty of good, and of course all across all the time will be on at the normal 9 p.m. time. We'll be after the 9 a.m. show when I'm done working with these guys. I'll be putting graphics out, getting the week schedule. We're working on the lineup for you guys. We got a lot of work ahead of us this week. Flyers start, Sixers start, Phillies post game runs, Eagles. This is a busy.
3 out of 4 ain't paid.
Yeah, but it's not even just that. It's a busy time of the year for all of us. So, yeah, check it all out, guys. We appreciate the support. Smash the subscribe buttons, like buttons, repost, retweets, whatever it is you can do to help us out. What you guys do there helps us out, and use all our great sponsors here like Sherry's Ticket, Philly Sports Trips, and TerryNGLaw.com. Check them all out. But let's go through our batting here. Schwarber DH again. I like it. I love it because our defense is so strong out there. It's so big out there. Having the speed in the outfield that we have coverage.
Yeah, that 1-5 ball, he wasn't got to that low sinking one. That Marshall, I believe, was in the 8th inning. Schwarber wouldn't have got that. You know what I mean? Like only got Pache and Marsh.
Cave should have probably done too. I think Cave's he's got the speed. I know you're not a Cave fan.
No, I'm not.
I like
Captain Cave man can stay off the fence.
but he was 1 for 5. He had that double. Like I caught trying to advance the third on that single. But that was it for him. He had 2 strikeouts, 1 for 5. Schwarber, Turner, he was 1 for 4. But he scored a run, and he had the 1 hit, 1 for 4, and he scored a run. But that was a big run because he stole second and third, and he scored that third run on the catcher's interference with JT Realmuto. Harper, another amazing postseason again. He's 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored, a RBI, 2 walks. He has a 375 average right now. He's a 1.333 OPS. Let that settle in right now. Just in 3 games, he is just doing what he does in the postseason. Bohm, not the greatest night for Bohm. He's 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Stott, another young kid. The lights aren't too bright for him. 2 for 3 with an RBI, the walk, and a strikeout. His was the first RBI and the only RBI we really needed to win. JT had he was 0 for 2 with the RBI, and he gets the RBI on
the RBI from catcher's interference.
With 1 strikeout. Nick Castellanos is not the greatest night at the bat.
He started to concern me a little bit because when you were watching him swing tonight, and you were talking about that, he's swinging up again. Like he's not driving the ball. He's swinging up, like trying to do that upward home run cut. He needs to get back to start swinging it.
And Marsh 0 for 3, a walk and 2 strikeouts. Rojas 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts, and that is a total of 3 runs scored, of course, off of 6 hits, 3 RBIs, 4 walks, and 11 strikeouts. Still high amount of
That's
strikeouts.
high, but I mean, you got to look at it too. I mean,
Strider.
Strider had 8 of them. So I mean, listen, if you're going to trade, I'll strike out 11 times as long as you're going to get a 3-0 win. You know,
David, I guess respect yourself. I don't know what that means, but okay. Everybody respect yourself. I don't know where we're going with that one, but you guys,
David must have sent her some nasty
yeah.
inbox.
So yeah,
David, knock it off.
maybe you didn't make it here, whoever David was. But guys, if you're just joining us, it's a 3-0 beating of the Braves by the Phillies, taking the first game of this NLDS series.
But stop and think about it though. Like, I know I've been beating the bush, and me and Pat's going, whenever we had the sparring session, usually every Sunday morning, talking about this Phillies team. Doesn't it feel like a year ago? I mean, last year, Phillies take game 1 down there, okay? Castellanos makes an unbelievable play in right field to save the game.
Yeah.
This year, Phillies take game 1 down there. This time it's Trey Turner that makes an unbelievable play to save the game. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm starting to see history starting to repeat itself a little bit. I'm sorry, I'm thumping. I'm thumping right now because the only chance I felt that the Braves had is that Strider was gonna have to win game 1.
Mhm.
Because we already knew our 2 best pitchers are going games 2 and game 3. And I don't I think that Braves team's probably scratching their head, man, and there's not they gotta sit and think about it.
Well, I mean, I think the biggest thing is any human nature would lead you to go. Here we go again. I mean,
Yeah, and here's the
Phillies,
thing,
it's like I mean, you can't say there's not a lot of similarities. Braves again in the NLDS, and you go down to Atlanta and you beat them game 1. You're telling me the biggest thing that Braves fans had, I know I can't say the team, but it could be, but Braves fans had the back of their head.
they didn't wanna play the Phillies.
No.
Did you hear all their
Oh,
fans
yeah, the
bitching and
reseeding.
complaining because, "Oh, they need to reseed"? Like, I'm gonna tell Braves fans just like this Arizona team that's playing, this Arizona team's for real too. Like,
Playoffs. You're gonna play, yeah, and here's the thing: is okay. So let's just say, for instance, say it did reseed and we won, and it's NLCS Braves and Phillies. Does it make a difference to you? I mean, you play who you play. Why aren't the Phillies going? Oh, this team beat us. You had a 14-game lead on us at the end of the season. Like it is what it is. You gotta play who you.
that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're looking at the Phillies, like I said, the Phillies are the team that nobody wants to play. And I love it.
Dave Arnold, shut your mouth. In the car, you must know Dave well. Um,
There's something going on in our chats.
yeah, I
Holy
must be
cow.
missing some.
Yeah, you gotta miss something. Either that or
You need to go to liquor and restock on Tito's. The Sunday Birds and Monday Phillies is going to be wild. Times you're absolutely right. You better hit that wine and spirit store, man.
yes.
It's 7-0 Braves. They just hit a home or
7-0 Diamondbacks.
back.
So Diamondbacks just kicked the extra point. They're up by a touchdown.
Yeah, in the second innings.
Listen, I guarantee you continue watching this game. I think by the end of this inning, Dodger Stadium's going to be cleared out. Like they will be leaving, going to the club or the bar. They're not going to stick around for this.
Right now, all 27 Diamondback fans are going nuts.
Yes.
That out.
But continue looking back at looking at the series ahead, Al.
Mhm.
What I'm really thinking about, like really, think about this for a second. They were on for 6 days, right? They're going to be playing tomorrow. I mean, we're going to be playing Monday. So they just got beat. So now you're still looking at it. Now you're going to move 2 more days in, right? They're going to play their second game in 8 days. I would be more worried as a Phillies fan if the game was tomorrow. Like if Wheeler had to go out there tomorrow and pitch, I'd be a little nervous. One, he'd be on short rest. Two, the Braves will be itching to get that taste out of their mouth.
Yeah.
Now the Braves got to wait an extra day, and I'm sorry, this is the layoff. This is the part where, you know, this is the reward for winning the NL and having the best record to get a week off. So to play 2 games in 8 days, they're gonna be a rusty team, man. And like I said, they fell behind. Phillies come down here and take 2-0. Might as well let it go.
I mean, Ross, I maintain the extra time off for the Braves I maintain that for anybody. It's a routine in baseball. 162 games. giant routine. I mean, you don't go. You can go a whole week, and you don't.
Yeah, I feel like that's a big disadvantage, man.
Milk
I
my milk diaper voice. I'm saying, Mike, 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 Mike. One game at a time.
I am. I'm already moved on. I'm talking about game 2.
I'm needing some respect on Ranger's name.
Okay.
Okay, I think we've been respecting.
We've been respecting Ranger all
I
night.
think we give Ranger a ton of respect. I don't know. I mean, maybe somebody else I'm missing. More than Philly management gave him any. Oh, more than the Philly management gave him. I don't know how disrespectful it is, and maybe it comes off
Listen,
that way. Listen, the results are what they are. They won, and it wasn't in spite of a bad move.
I don't want. Please, our fan base. Message to our fan base. Don't be like that. Do not come out here and start lambasting. Listen, the guy's got a job to manage, and if you look back at Rangers' last 3 starts, he's given up 10 runs. You know, I'm not going to get mad for Rob Thompson. Now, did I feel like he pulled him a little too early? Yes.
Yeah.
But he may have had an inkling in his gut, like, hey, I don't want this to fall apart on the kid. Let me pull him out.
Yeah, maybe he thought it'd be worse off if he has
Left him in.
Yeah, left him in. Like, oh, you have a good. I mean, like I said, he was 1 hit and 4 strikeouts over those 4 2/3 innings. But maybe he's like figuring, like, let's from a mental standpoint, he gets to say, yo, dude,
No, and listen, and it played out the way Popper played it out. Like, he went to his bullpen, and the bullpen shut out the Braves for the rest of the game. So again, don't be that fan base going, oh well, he's disrespectful. No, Rob Thompson gets paid to manage the Phillies the way he sees fit. And if he had that good instinct to take him out, let him take him out. Again, a lot of people forget Ranger also did relief appearances last year.
Yeah.
Just like I was, me and you were talking earlier. I said, listen, that means Aaron Nola, game 3, he's got a quick hook. If Ranger only pitched 52 pitches, guess what? You got 3. You got 3 starting pitchers that you can throw out there.
Yeah.
With, Lorenzen, Walker, and Sanchez. So, I mean, you can throw them out there for game 4 if need be, but I don't think that.
Mike, listen, I love Mike. Let me just.
Mike, you got to stop, man. I know you don't like the dude, but you got to give him credit, man. He pulled all the right strings tonight.
Credit until credit's not due. I mean, I know a lot of people go back to that Houston Astros World
They
Series.
got to let that go, man. Nobody on that team had.
But there's nothing saying leaving him in there would have been the best idea.
You talking about Wheeler?
When they pulled Wheeler, yeah.
Dude, it was the right time to pull him. It was the right time to pull Wheeler. I didn't have no problems with him pulling Wheeler a year ago when he had to pull. He had to pull him. The dude was like you could start to see he was wearing down.
Yeah. I mean, nobody had this Phillies team at 90 wins. I mean, barely anybody, I should say, had anybody at.
Well, I don't know. A couple people had him. I think I had him at 93.
Yeah, 90. I am on that number.
You hit on the number. I had 90. I think I had 93.
I had 89, and I squeezed up at 90 before the season started.
Yeah, I think I did 93.
Started, I'm like, oh, maybe I over.
I mean, we all did.
Yeah.
I mean, again, but
what makes baseball fun is the longevity. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint type situation because you can go on like look at football teams in the NFL who are 0-3 right now. I mean, things can turn around. Or 0-4. I mean, Chicago picked that Thursday night game.
Oh my God, they killed it there. I mean, they killed the Commanders.
Washington looks like they're like up and coming. They're giving the Eagles a run for their money, and then
they lay an egg.
A big egg against a really bad Chicago team
on national TV. Yeah. So I mean, with that being said, Al, I mean, what are your thoughts really looking at it over? I haven't liked Robbie's manager the day he was hired. I love my Phillies, but Robbie up. You know what, Mike? You can't argue with results.
Well, all right. Let me ask you this question, Mike, and I'll let you give you time to answer. Not you, Mike. Mike
Kaepernick.
If they win the World Series and they're driving down Broad Street, you're there cheering them on. Are you cheering everybody on and going, Rob Thompson? I just want to know. Like, I mean, I'm not trying to pick a fight.
I know for a fact Mike wouldn't be doing that.
I like Mike a lot. He's a great first part. A great guy. He's always he supports EOP. I will never give him a
listen. I've known Mike since probably the mid '90s. I've known Mike.
Yes. Mike, you know what, dude?
He's on that hill. He's on that hill. He's on that hill with Matty.
Yeah.
It's like Matty B with Howie Roseman.
Him and Matty B will be waving to each other from those hills.
Yeah, Matty B with him not. him not liking Howie, Mike not liking Robbie, but can be neighbors.
I can't listen. It is what it is. Um, in that sense, like I can't. The numbers are there. The production's there. He's been a year and a half as a skip. He's been to postseason twice. Once led him to the World Series. He's in the NLDS right now. He has like the quickest manager in Citizens Bank Park or home manager to get to like as fast as he did to 100 or 100 wins at home or whatever it was that he set the record back in August. I mean, the numbers are there. At one point, I can't say it's in spite of. Even listen, I'll be right here. Howie Roseman, I wanted him out at one point. I thought he was a joke. He thought he was the smartest man in the room. He was great with the numbers, blah, blah, blah. And then he made the right adjustments. And now I'm a fan of Howie Roseman again because he was doing the right thing. He was doing what he was supposed to do. It was 8-0, by the way. Diamondbacks over LA. So enjoying that a lot. My problem with Robbie is no feel for the game.
Where's Pat? Where's Pat at? Pat is not tuned in. Because I'm going to look at him. I'll be like, Pat, if you're watching, I told you. Look at this fraud Dodger team. He goes, and we're playing the other frauds. I mean, I don't care. But, I'm a little pumped.
Yeah.
I'm a little pumped. I got to calm down, maybe take some decaf on him. But I just had to say that to Pat. Because Pat's probably
an hour tomorrow to really lambaste Pat.
Oh, I am.
Starting at 9 a.m. a.m.
Yeah, guys, please wake up because I'm getting a double big coffee coming in here.
In the moment. I got you, Mike. Dude, I love you to death.
He's awesome.
He's the kind of guy I can see.
Dude, he is awesome
all day.
Listen, you know what? Mike is really good. One thing I will give Mike, he's even better at me at basketball. He loves basketball, man. And I'll tell you what, he's real good. And you listen, one thing I like about Mike, it's my buddy. We grew up together in the same neighborhood. Like I said, this dude lives in upstate New York. So, I mean, he's not even in the area. He's getting up, getting on our programs and doing everything. So, Mike, thanks, buddy.
Yeah, Mike, I do really appreciate you.
When you come back in, I'll buy you a beer.
Hold on. I appreciate
everybody. Yeah.
We are very appreciative here. And if you have not subscribed or followed or whatever it is,
hit the buttons.
Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. We're on it, please. And EOPsports.com. Sign up for the newsletter. We always try to put up the newsletter. A lot of great articles coming out here. Bases are juice for the back with one out.
This game's about. Oh my God, this game is ugly.
I get to throw the flag in on game one before the third inning. That's pretty bad. Mike saying Phillies in 4. All right, Mike Lauro, player of the game.
I'm going to say the Phillies pitching. The whole from Ranger to Kimbrel. I'm going there.
Cop out.
No, it's not a cop out. I mean, all right. You want me to, I was about to say, you want me to pick a player? Because I'll pick a player. I'll take Bryce Harper. I'll say
Bryce Harper's a good one. How do you not?
I think I know where you're going with this, but
I'm actually going to go Scott.
Okay.
A lot of people might say, well, Turner,
that's what I thought you were going with.
Big double play, but I mean, at the plate he was okay. I mean, he stole a lot of bases. He got on base. He stole a lot of bases. So Turner could be a good one. I mean, of these, Turner, Harper, and Stott, I don't see why you can't.
You know what? We should give it to JT because he got an RBI on it. Catcher's interference.
And
how often did you see that?
He called it right away and got the other guy to react to it. Like, I don't know if that was just the best sell job in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because we saw the replay, and I'm going. I looked at you when they went to the replay. I was like, dude, they're gonna definitely reverse this. And then when he came out and said, "Oh, Cole stands," I was like, ooh.
Both Walton and Mike are saying Harper. I've saying Trey Turner plays one of the greatest plays in Phillies history if the Phillies win the World Series. I mean, if you have to, you build a highlight reel of no matter how far they get into it. I mean, definitely the grand slam from Stott, the Harper home run here. But yeah, I mean, this is definitely going to go down as one of those biggest plays of postseason, no matter what, no matter how it plays out. And like the reason it's so big on top of it is it stopped that momentum. It stopped, it kept the momentum totally in the Phillies. It was just felt like the Phillies were in control at all times.
Like he just no. All right.
Yeah.
There's another one, 9-0.
Yeah, right. So 9-0 Diamondbacks for those who are paying attention. Yeah, like it's that. Those are the kind of things like why like, well, why this double play? Why it's a big deal? Well, the big deal is it stopped that momentum. It kept a Phillies controlled game the entire time, and that's what you need. Th- that's what this whole postseason's about. You always got chip in a chair if you're a poker guy. You just need one chip in a chair to be in the game, or and that's it right there. Like that is what it's all about, and they kept it that way in control the entire time, and allowed that sinking feeling, like we talked about, to sink in to the Braves, the lineup,
Yeah.
bullpen, as well as the half a full Braves fans in that stadium.
Stadium. Yeah, let me ask you a question. That ninth inning, didn't it look like the Braves were just swinging to swing to get out of it?
Yeah, I saw some emergency hacking.
Yeah, so did
Like
I. And
I
it's like,
I think they thought maybe we can connect on something and sky it out and get a home
yeah,
run.
because to me, it was just looking like I don't know, I was watching it and I'm like,
Listen, I'm not going to sit here and foregone conclusion. A lot of people think for them to win game two. I mean, just with Wheeler on the plate doesn't mean it can't. Nothing good can happen. For the Braves, I mean, the Braves just got beat. Now you
you
got
gotta
to
load the dog.
with fuel. What's that move going to start kicking back? You got to
Yeah.
keep an eye on it. So, I mean, I'm not going to sit there and go, hey, listen, split the series in the first two, split the away part of the series. Sure, it's a great thing to be in. That's what we all probably would like. As long as they split it at Truist Park, bring it back home, we're all happy. But 2 2-0 come back to Citizens Bank Park
Yeah,
in
I would
Philly.
that place
Maybe.
once listen, you could be across the river, you're gonna hear that, you know, if they come back 2-0. I think the Braves know if they come back here 2-0.
Yeah, horsey saying horse. I
Ho
love these
I love
things.
these things.
Okay, for
Only the
always,
third time, but it's the first time at home. Like I said,
yeah.
that's why when Dave turned around and Dave made his mention to us about playing quality games, I you know, and I know Dave's a smart guy. Like
Let's not get carried away.
he is. I
I'm
mean,
just I'm just
he's
Dave
always
is okay.
flaws. He's a Cowboys fan, but everybody has flaws.
Yeah.
Um, and Dave hosts a baseball show. So, I mean, he should have known, like, really, that the Braves really, since they clinched the division here, they didn't play anybody meaningful. Like the Marlins, they were running out a skeleton lineup. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I mean, God, the Phillies, after they clinched here, the Phillies went down and took 2 or 3. And I think the Phillies, what is it? I think the Phillies are the only team that took a series from them. They're the only National League team, I believe, that took a series from them in Atlanta this year, and it was late in the year.
So since they played the Phillies back on the 20th of September, they played Washington 3 times. I'm sorry, 4 times. They played Chicago, which is a meaningful-ish game. They have a team trying to fight for their way in the playoffs. And then they played Washington again. And then they had off from October 1st until tonight.
What
Four
was the
times.
record? What was the record in that span?
Let's see, they they lost the series 1-1 game in the last series against Washington. Um, they swept the Cubs and the 3-1 series win against the Nationals before that. So
All right, I take that back then,
I mean,
because I know
listen,
they were on a slide.
no, they did well. I'm not sitting there, but I'm saying real meaningful baseball needs to go a long way. I mean, that is what this is all about. And
So the only team that was
I mean, a week off is a long time in baseball. I mean, how many?
listen, playing 2 games in 8 days, there's still gonna be rust there, man.
Yeah, and here's my other thing is how many times, like coming back from like an All-Star break, do you see teams just rusty?
Yeah.
Remember last year, Phillies team was red hot going into the All-Star break.
Yeah, they came back, they got swept by the Cubs.
Yeah, we were all just like, oh, spaghettios type
Yeah,
situation.
and that was here. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, we got swept right out by the Cubs. Matter of fact, I think the Cubbies swept us twice last year.
All right, guys, I remind you that the show is brought to you by Sherry'sTickets.com for all your great sports, concert, theater, you name it. They got it. Great for playoff tickets. No hidden fees at the checkout. And, of course, 10% off with that great promo code.
EOP10.
EOP10 is correct. Go to cherryinjurylaw.com. Go to or call 610-565-0300. Call David R. Cherry. You get hurt at work, motor vehicle, personal injury, criminal law. David R. Cherry is there to fight for your rights. 610-565-0300. Or go to PhillySportsTrips.com. You want to sign up for that amazing once in a lifetime Phillies versus Mets in London opportunity in June? Start saving away now. Start putting your down payment. Do what you gotta do. Check it out. Or you wanna go to the bus trip to, Washington in October. October 29th, to be exact. Great deal, great food, great tickets, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of great Eagles fan go on that trip alone with Philly sports trips. They have a lot of other ones coming if you wanna travel further, you wanna head to Dallas, they have a Dallas game coming up. There's a lot of different options for you at Philly sports trips. Or you can even go to, one of their great tailgates over at the live casino. One's about flat fee. You don't have to worry about lugging a grill, packing a cooler, doing all this stuff.
It's all there for you.
And it's high quality, high everything, and it's blocks away from the stadium. It's real simple. Get there. They have all the home games, and well, that one's over. Sorry. The Dolphins won. Talk about everybody's doing their Kelly Green that weekend. But guys, PhillySportsTrips.com.
You know what one I'm interested in?
What's that?
I'm looking at the Stadium Series game between the Flyers and Devils up at Snoopy Stadium
Yeah,
in February. I wanna do that.
I might do that myself too. I'm a big fan of that idea. Other than that, guys, tomorrow me and Mike will be back.
Yeah, you will see me and Al again.
Yeah, well, Mike's also he's doing double duty tomorrow. He'll do the post game. I'll be putting a lot out with Joey Sheeran's doing a lot of our social media. I'll be putting a lot of schedules out, graphics out for the coming week. A lot of like moving parts here at EOP with all the post game shows that we do and everything else, guys. It's going to be amazing. Plenty of sports coverage here. So come here, make us your sports coverage place. As you can see, you can chime in with us at any time. We'll be there. You're part of the crew. You're part
That's
of the
right.
family.
Your family.
So check it out. We'll fight with you like family too. I mean, I'm Italian. We fight with everybody.
Everybody. It's true.
So, guys, other than that, I'm Big Al,
I'm Mike Lawler.
and we are out of here. Phillies will be back Monday against the Braves, and I believe on the call for that one.
I believe it's Matty and Pat.
Yep, Matt and Pat.
Matt and Pat. Oh, it's the Mayfair guys.
Yeah, the Mayfair Maytag tag team, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
Guys, check it out. We are out of here.